scum. As you may have heard, I want to drive the bus. Yes, it's a metaphor for running the country. But what qualifies me to drive the bus? Good question. Firstly, I'm handsome. I mean, objectively handsome. Not attractive per se, but handsome. Lastly, I'm rich. A lot of people resent that success. Some people, well, they might resent the fact that my success comes at everyone else's expense. But not you, you're smarter than that. I own many houses, but there's one house I can't buy. You have to vote me in. That's why we have to go through with all this. So, if you let me drive the bus, I promise to delegate all the important stuff to the staff. Driving, and steering, and braking, shifting. I'll be sure to dedicate myself to breaking Bush's record for a number of days spent on vacation. Seriously, those are really good spots in the Caymans, Bermuda, Switzerland. As my record shows, I may not really believe in anything. But I know this. I hate public transit. In fact, I hate anything with the word public in it. Public libraries, public schools, public parks, public employees. Ugh, the worst. I believe government is a pestilence on this earth. It is not something by the people, of the people, and for the people. Unless you include just anyone off the street in your definition of people, which I don't. Those are not my people. Now, given how much I detest the public sector, it's only natural that you want me in charge of it. It's just flawless logic, really. I double-dog promise to make this country great again. Just like it was on January 19th, 2009, the day before Barack Obama took office. Everything was great in those halcyon days. We were better off then. Better off shedding 800,000 jobs a month. Getting denied health insurance with premiums going up 20% a year. Better off with GM going bankrupt. And we were better off with Bin Laden and Gaddafi still alive, jerking off to pictures of Condoleezza Rice. Most importantly, we were better off with the binary thinking of Bush. Bush was America's first ever NBA president. I would be its second. Isn't that exciting? Yeah. I guarantee I'll bring NBA thinking back to the White House, and you'll be better off with that kind of synergistic, proactive decision-making, won't you? Yeah. As you all know, Bush took a budget surplus and turned it into a record deficit. By the way, did you see that debt clock at the RNC? We built that. We built that. You're welcome. That's right, my friends. America doesn't need to go forward. It needs to go backward. Back to the good old days, when college was only for those whose parents could afford it. When women couldn't vote or control their lady parts. Indians were Tonto. And blacks were there to clean the White House, not run it. That's the America Republicans believe in, and that's what we're fighting for every day. Whoa! My story is simple, really. Maybe you've read my autobiography, Overcoming No Odds to Achieve the Possible. It outlines the same tried and true Republican answers to every problem. First, be born to a family of means. If that fails, you can forget ever being self-made. I know genius is found in children of all classes and backgrounds, but I ask you, what investor would ever make a long-term investment in the human capital of this nation, then allow that return on that investment to accrue to the people themselves? Government? Wait, forget I said that. Okay. The next thing we need to do is identify the real Americans. I think they're on Wall Street. Like me and Paul Ryan, they're the real makers in this country. They're making derivatives, loopholes, fraudulent predatory financial instruments designed to divest people of their property, kind of like slot machines. And you can bet I'll go backward and deregulate the industry that tanked our economy. Did I mention that's my industry? Lots of experience there. And I almost forgot. When I'm in charge, people like me will continue keeping their money safe from Uncle Sam by holding at least $20 trillion offshore, far away from anyone who'd use it to do some damn fool thing like building roads, bridges, or public schools. Okay, day one, job one. You lose your health care, so I get another tax cut to, create jobs. Under Obama, America's credit rating was downgraded. Shameful. Why did this happen? Well, quote Standard & Poor's, because the majority of Republicans in Congress continue to resist any measure that would raise revenues. All right. Maybe Uncle Sam's income is only 15% of GDP, a number that's both historically low and unsustainable. But let's pretend Uncle Sam really has a debt problem, not an income problem, shall we? Great. Keep those tax cuts coming. Yes, my fellow Americans, I have a dream too. I want to drive the bus. Maybe you're worried I won't stop the bus for you, or let you on, or I'll just run you over. You have a victim mentality. Take responsibility for me running you over. That's what Obama's been doing for 4 years. Follow his example, won't you? Have you read this book, No Apology? Highly recommended. By the way, did you see those Libyans this week holding up apology signs for people in America to see? Weaklings. Makes me sick. Last but not least, I vow to never put the needs of nature, planet, whatever, above my hair's need for petroleum products. And now, if you have any questions about my vision of what I would do as bus driver, I'll open it up to some questions. My tax returns, climate change, Violence Against Women Act. Anyone have any questions for yours truly? You ever wondered what makes the Republican agenda tick? I'm here to explain it for you. One question, Emma. Yes?
If, under your presidency, if abortion becomes illegal, will you send women to jail who are suspected of having abortion?
Well, I would want it to be, first of all, a for-profit jail with transparent walls. So that there would be pay-per-view viewing of each cell. And I think if we put it on the border, then there could be a lot of synergies there. Next question.
Will the bus you drive be an electric bus?
Oh, hell no. Dangerous as hell. EMTs, look it up. No. Gasoline all the way. Are you kidding? There are no alternative fuels. Next question. Okay, well, I can say I'm exhausted. Okay.
I have this thing that you are going to drill all of the America, are you going to drill in Sausalito?
I have no constituency here, so I think this is the first place we'll drill. Nothing to lose, my friend. All right, I believe the author of this incendiary book is going to come out, the person who slandered me, and answer some real questions, author-type stuff. So I'll go on to being a hero and save the world from laziness and resentment. All right. I just got back from Charlotte, and wearing this this thing in 90 degrees, raining, humidity.
Thank you.
It was pretty tiring. Yeah, pretty exhausting. So you got to have more questions for me than you did for bird brain. It's just, so I think we have 3, so we got to do 4.
You take this political show on the road, or what were you doing?
A little bit, yeah. So, you know, we had a booth there and sold books. We went to the Denver convention as well. And that was a little more fun. The weather was better, but we also had a choir singing the text of Goodnight Bush throughout the streets and stuff like that. So that was a lot of fun. I wish we could have had a choir this time, but the book's text is not in rhyme, really. But yeah, we have, you know, just out there having fun and connecting with people. Yeah.
Well, just as you were ending, I had an answer for bird. I had a question for bird.
Okay. I'll try my best.
Do you wear an undergarment?
I do.
So
Yeah. Yeah. I bought these actually on Amazon, these sort of tight things, and then my wife gave me some tights that she had that were a real lifesaver in Charlotte, actually, because they were much more breathable. Like when it breathes, it's like, yeah.
have you taken your show to the Republican Florida?
No. First of all, puppets were banned. I think I might have qualified as a puppet. I would have had a broken wing there or something. Yeah, Don, my collaborator on this book and the others, did have a puppet plan to go to the art and see, but they had to scrap it. Yeah.
On the serious side, I believe in my heart that what happened in Libya to our local ambassador has shown the light on Romney and his stupidity. And that's like, I think it'll change the election, and if something awful has to happen, something good comes out of it like that, because it's so scary.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that seems to be kind of the consensus vibe in the media, that it's sort of a turning point in the judgment of his capacity to receive events and react. You know, part of the reason we selected a vulture for this book long before he was called a vulture capitalist, actually. And then when that happened, we're like, but the reason for that was that we felt like that was the perfect bird, you know, because in the original book it's pigeon, and so we knew we had to select something different, and we wanted to do the vulture because we felt like that kind of captured the way in which so many on the right have this kind of casual viciousness about human life and the consuming of people's lives in one way or another, financially or otherwise. And this kind of glib nature of the pigeon fused with the vulture thing kind of just seemed like the perfect thing. So that was part of our thinking going into it. Yeah.
So I happened to look at your great book, and there's a picture of 3 guys eating or being fed from the
Oh, yeah.
Is that Russian?
Yeah, they should be identifiable, you know, it's like Beck, Limbaugh, O'Reilly. The regurgitation scene.
Oh.
I had to explain to my son what regurgitation was, and then he invented this superhero called Regurgitator after that. Oh, God!